Okay, here's a video about how EMFs are causing the damage. You might want to get this from your presentation manual. You might want to refer this and look at it as we talk about this. So before I get going, I must do a disclaimer that everything I'm going to say is a theory, just in case it gets out on the internet. So this is all, our theories, okay, based on lots of stuff we have. So first of all, to explain how an EMF damages people, and this is really, by the way, this video is only meant for the reps, and some rep practitioners are going to hear it. You must first know that EMFs don't directly damage us. Okay, that's why there was an argument about whether EMFs are damaging for many years, until, in my opinion, 5 years ago, when the discovery was made, how the heck an EMF at a low frequency can actually damage us. Now, we know EMFs at high frequencies can damage us. Let's say that's an X-ray, nuclear power, gamma rays. They oscillate so fast that they directly harm us, okay? That can shake DNA so bad that it directly harms DNA. But when it oscillates at a lower frequency and it's a lower intensity, scientists were saying for years and years, there's no way that that EMF, that electromagnetic frequency, that oscillation as it travels, can actually damage us. Well, it doesn't directly damage us. But Dr. Martin Pall is a brilliant guy up in Washington State University, made a discovery that it's a domino effect, where the EMF is causing subatomic chaos, which makes dominoes fall over until we realize we're getting damaged, and I'll explain that in a minute. So, when an EMF at a low frequency, or really any frequency, but let's just stick to low frequencies. When an EMF is present, let's say there's a cell tower right behind me, okay? The cell tower has photons going at light speed, oscillating at a certain waves per second. A cell tower is usually going to be around 1 billion waves a second, unless it's 5G cell tower. Then it could be anywhere between 24 billion waves a second and 90 billion waves a second. It sounds horrific, but still low enough to not directly harm us. In other words, stop thinking about the EMF itself as the harm and start thinking about what really harms us. So, when an EMF is cruising and hits the wall standing behind me, some of those photons don't make it through the wall. The ones that make it through the wall, I can pick up on my internet or make a phone call and use. The ones that don't make it through the wall, smashed into particles that absorb the photon, which is energy, and then spit it out in possibly a whole new direction as a whole new thing and a new kind of energy. This is the subatomic chaos, okay? When these waves come and smash into things, they're vibrating the wall, the floor that you walk on, okay? And this vibration, as we call subatomic chaos, is what triggers a voltage-gated calcium channel to open on your cells. And you guys should already know about this, but briefly, that means one of the doors on the cells that lets in calcium is only supposed to open when you need calcium inside a cell, and then the cell closes it back up. Now swings open, and any calcium floating by that has a positive ion calcium can fly into the cell, creating too much calcium in the cell, lead to nitric oxide problems, according to Dr. Martin Pall and others, free radical damage and DNA damage. That's where it comes from. So, EMF shaking things subatomically opens up the voltage-gated calcium channel. We believe that we've kind of figured out what about the subatomic chaos is actually causing our human reaction, which is where the damage comes from. Again, to emphasize, the EMF doesn't of itself cause our human reaction. When the molecules on the wall and the floor that you're connected to and inside of you are vibrating a certain way, we call that subatomic chaos. That's what we believe opens up the voltage-gated calcium channel and causes our problems. Now, why is that important? It's important because I don't want everybody to focus so much on the EMF itself. So many people, we have meters that we put out in a kit for reps. Okay, we have a meter that measures electricity range, up to about 60 waves a second. We have meters for dirty electricity range up to 100,000 waves per second. And then we have the microwave meter that measures up to, I think our meter that goes in most kids goes to 3 billion waves a second, measuring at least half of the Wi-Fi coming off and all the cell phone towers and smart meter and stuff like that. So some people are so focused on the level that those meters give off, and they shouldn't be, because that's not what we're reacting to. Okay, we're reacting to the fact that your smart meter may be on the outside of your house kicking waves away from your house. You may not read any of that inside of a house on our meters, okay? Does that mean it's harmless? Of course not. And this is where everybody's getting too caught up. This meter is making this EMF and it's vibrating the wall, which conducts really well through solid material, especially through your house. People on the far side of the house read 0 on the microwave meter. The people on the other side of the house are getting a little bit of that chaos that reverberated through solid material like the floors they're walking on, and they're going to have a little bit of possible reaction to that smart meter. So a person that's extra sensitive can tell you, I can't go in a house with a smart meter because anywhere in that house is bad. Of course, it's worse near the smart meter. So again, when a wave hits solid material and the stuff in the air, but even more so solid material, it kind of reverberates through. So I'll give you one quick example. So if you are standing, two people are standing on the opposite ends of a seesaw, and on one end I smash it with a sledgehammer, it's going to vibrate, and the person on the other side of the seesaw is going to vibrate and go, oh my gosh, for a split second they're going to go, oh, I felt that. Okay, that's what's happening subatomically with these EMFs we theorize. So when these waves are smashing into our house and smashing into materials, it reverberates really well through material. FYI, metal's very hard material. It doesn't bend. It's not like a sponge. So when you smash one side of metal, that's really going to reverberate to the other side of the metal. That's why metal amplifies the negative effects of EMFs. So you may have heard, a metal car, you're in a metal coffin. When the EMFs hit the metal, it's reverberating those effects throughout the car. So you're sitting inside of it feeling more of the effects, and it's worse. Just like metal springs in your bed, metal frames. So most people sleep on a metal bed that has metal springs, which are picking up more of that vibration from the EMFs going by, that's causing more of their reaction, causing it to be a terrible place to sleep. That's why when we fix houses, one of the #1 testimonials we seem to get is, oh my gosh, I sleep better, and as a result I have more energy. So I think in fast motion I covered everything. One of the reasons why I want to explain this is so that you as a rep, and so the client doesn't focus too much on the electromagnetic frequency reading itself. The meters are going to read some of it. The meters are only there for one reason, in my opinion. It's to show people how super gigantically high the EMFs are in their house. Coming off their phone, coming off their Wi-Fi, dirty electricity, and the rest of it that we show in other videos in our training. So try not to emphasize that. What makes the reverberation and that subatomic chaos is A, how high is that meter read? Is a partial factor. B, how chaotic it is. So a smart meter only fires off a few times a second or so, but it's such a big blast with big lulls between the blast that it's a lot more jolting, and that jolting is the chaos, and the chaos again causes our reaction. That's why smart meters are so bad. If you put our meter up to, let's say, a cordless phone, you would think, holy cow, this cordless phone is just as bad as the Wi-Fi router or a smart meter. And that's not the case, because on a cordless phone you're going to have more of a consistent chaos that doesn't go up and down as much. On a router and a smart meter, you're going to have chaos that goes up and way down, and very chaotically. So you're going to get more of our human reaction. So that's a quick lesson on chaos, a quick lesson on EMFs, and I think I covered everything, and thank you very much.